And so, for those who aren't familiar, what is a steel frame barndominium and why is it becoming so popular?
Yeah, barndominiums have been around a long time, and a lot of people really think that barndominiums came out of Texas, and that's not where it came out. It actually came out of Connecticut. There was a
Oh,
yeah, can you believe that? Connecticut. There was a gentleman back in the '90s who was doing a development. It was an equestrian development in the suburbs of Connecticut, and he decided he wanted to coin a term to where people could house their horses in this subdivision, so they could have their houses, but their horses would be housed in the same subdivision. So he called it a barn, and then dominium, like a little condominium for the horse. So he coined the term barndominium. And so that's how it came to be back in the 1990s out of Connecticut. And somehow over the years, Texas has been given, if you will, credit for the term barndominium, because we really took that term and really ran with it. And so barndominiums are really a clear span building designed primarily in residential. So all the weight of the roof system is carried along the perimeter. So during construction, you can move that interior wall if you decide you want to make your primary bedroom suite another 6 inches bigger by taking it from another room. The vast majority of the cases, you can do that. You can move that. You don't have to go through engineering and stop your project in order to be able to re-engineer the roof system in order to carry the weight. So that's what's so great about barndominiums.
How do you approach that, the engineering of a barndominium, to make sure that it's meeting that functional and also it looks aesthetic and nice?
Yeah, so we do a couple things. First of all, we always try to find out from our clients where they plan to build, and whether or not they have a load. So a load would be a snow load, a wind load, or a seismic load, depending on where you are in the country. In some cases, you have a wind and a snow load. There's some places where you can have more than one load. And if you don't, well, then that makes it a little bit more flexible for us. But based off of that, we've got a pretty good idea of where the column placement is going to go, the base spacing for the metal buildings. And we work within that. And then we start talking to our clients about what is it that they're looking for the barn door? How do they live? Do you have a kid who's learning to play the drums and they need their own room? So the kid, so he can, Joey can practice his drums in a separate room. Or do you have a spouse that works from home and they need a separate area where they're not disturbed in order to deal with clients? We did something for a radiologist, and he needed an office, but his office needed to have no windows because he's using just the computer screens to look at x-rays, and images. So there's all kinds of reasons and all kinds of things that people need if you do art, or if you have some sort of specialty need in your design. We want to do that.
Very cool. So these started out kind of like condominiums for horses, and now they're full-fledged like homes and buildings that you're building for people to live in full time.
Yes. If you could have told me in a million years that people want to listen to this 60-year-old woman talk about metal buildings. I've got over 600,000 followers on Instagram and over 700,000 followers on TikTok. And who would have ever known that somebody wanted to listen to this old lady talk about metal buildings?
I do.